So we've been talking a lot about the root cause of issues, specifically to musculoskeletal pain. And what I want to do today is actually give you an example of a common one that we see here in the office. And it's one where it can have multiple different symptoms. One is low back pain, mid back pain, headaches, neck pain, or even shoulder pain. And what the root cause of this issue is the job, where we sit for long periods of time at the computer and we've gotten into that forward head posture and kind of curved shoulders forward. It puts a lot of stress and strain on our back. And it can present in a lot of different ways. But the way it presents in my office is patients will try to get back into the gym and lift overhead or lift out in front, or it's an individual just trying to do simply daily activities, whether it's trying to get something out of the cabinet up top or out of the refrigerator, or even just lift up their kids. So I want to show you how these different postures may be affecting these symptoms and affecting your life and not being able to do the things that you enjoy doing, like getting back into the gym or lifting up and playing with your kids. So I've got Elena here today. She's our assistant in the office, so if you've been in the office, I'm sure you've recognized her. But what we're going to show you is first proper posture. Now, when we talk about posture, it's very hard to demonstrate because there's not a lot of good of it anymore in the world because of these jobs. We live in a lifestyle that's very sedentary. Everybody's pretty much a desk worker nowadays, so we see a lot of bad posture. But good posture, what we want to see is when we're standing upright and we're not really carrying weight or anything like that, we want to see ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, etc., all the way down. Now, when we get into this posture and we lift something overhead, so go ahead, lift up, we can actually see now that weight is over our ears, over our shoulders, over our hips. We're stacked. We're able to use that core that we like to talk about and create that good stability. And that allows us to stay pain-free and injury-free because we're not getting out of alignment, and we're able to carry that weight and load ourselves overhead. Now, what I typically see is this. We get somebody with poor posture, so even Elena said that she's dealt with this in the past, and we've been trying to correct that here in the office, but we get into her normal posture or common posture that she's had lately, and now we can see how she gets a little forward head carriage. Those ears get over the shoulders. We get that neck forward. We get a little bit of rounding in the back, and those shoulders come forward slightly. Now, Elena's young, and she's relatively new to sitting in this posture for long periods of time. So she's able to correct this. And just by me cueing her, letting her know how her body should be, she can get back into that posture. But someone that's been having a desk job for 15, 20, 30 years might be a little bit more difficult to get back into that normal posture. So when we get into this posture and we've had that desk job forever and we get that forward head carriage and that mid back compensation, and we try to go lift something overhead, it becomes really difficult. Can you even get it all the way up? So she's not even able to get that there. But even if we're going to start impinging that shoulder. So now we're going to start having some shoulder symptoms. We start getting a lot of, shoulder blade dysfunction where that shoulder blade's not moving. So that's going to put a lot of stress and strain into that mid back. And so over periods of time, once we start back into the gym or whatever it may be, and we try to work through that, well, that's just going to wear and tear those rotator cuff muscles out. It may cause some bursitis. It may cause some overcompensation into that thoracic spine. And next thing you know, you're in my office with pain. And so that's where we have to start. We have to start peeling back those layers, find that root cause of that issue. Might come in with shoulder pain, but we have to look at the mid-back. We may even have to look at the hips or that pelvis and see how that stability and that mobility is in those areas as well. So then we can correct those compensation issues and that postural syndrome with the appropriate exercises and rehab that we do here in the office and that you do at home. And then that way, once we clear all of those things up, you can get back into the gym, pain-free. You can do all the exercises that are required of you. You can pick up your kids. You can get the stuff out of the cabinet or the refrigerator. And we can also avoid surgery, where if we let this go for the next 3 to 5 years or even 10 years and keep impinging that, maybe that turns into a joint replacement. Or we have to get some fusion into our neck because the pain and the disability of that is just too much anymore, and there's no answers, right? But if we can correct that root cause of that issue, get you moving better, clean that back up, we can get you back doing the things that you love.